Cape Town Opera doesn't get funding from the government, and I know it is a non-profit organization. How do you get funding to go on these international trips and train these students to be as amazing as Linda is?
Yeah, the international trips are actually funded by production companies and agencies that invite us, and that is why it is vital to keep delivering on a high level. We get standing ovations everywhere, so that's why we get invited back, as Linda mentioned correctly. But so those trips are not really the ones that cost us money. What costs us money is to keep going every day, to keep the training going, and to perform in the country. Because here we cannot make the ticket prices high enough to cover the costs of a production, unfortunately. And the thing with opera is that it's very people intensive, it's labor intensive. You can't do it with less people, fewer people. You can't cut the orchestra, then it's dead.
Yeah.
And you can't have only a few singers if it requires a big chorus, because the music calls for it, and then the whole thing falls flat. Then it's better not to do it, you know. So I think that's where the funding goes, is into the training and the maintenance of the singers' jobs. They are employed. Otherwise, they would not be employed in the country at all. There are no other ways for them to sing and make a living every day, which is sad and something we're working on. But it's a long-term, you know, plan to change that.
How can individual people and organizations donate funds to the opera company?
Well, it's very easy. There's an online function on our website, but apart from that, we have individual patrons, about 65 of them, on different levels, ranging from 4,000 Rand a year to, you know, in the vicinity of more than 25,000 or whatever. We hope the sky is the limit. Sometimes it is. Small amounts help. Every small amount helps. And then corporates, we apply regularly for funding, because their funding structures nowadays are and the strategies around them are geared towards their own goals as well, and their own shareholders. So you have to look where they want to fund and what they want to fund, and then you tailor-make your project and see whether you can give them what they are looking for. And then sometimes we get smaller or bigger amounts. Like China is quite attractive to corporates, because the corporate interaction between the two countries and the cultural interaction, it's recently been stepped up a lot. So we don't struggle so much when it is high level. When you sing in Cape Town and you do your normal production, like the UCT Opera School, they're also looking for funding. It's not only us. It's an expensive art form, because the training is individual. It's not in groups of 500 like psychology. And even the coaching, like Mr. Smith coaches them individually, hours and hours behind a piano and in a room, and it's never really done.
Yeah.
It's ongoing training, you know. You're never really there. You keep getting better every day until you stop singing one day. So that's where the money goes, is into the people, and the orchestra are also 60 or 65 people, you know, musicians. And then costumes and sets, we must not overlook that, because it's a very important part of making it a spectacle. Otherwise, who would be interested, you know? And yeah, I think there are so many good singers in the country that we keep. I think that's what keeps me going every day, is the fact that I know there are so many voices out there that will no longer sing if we don't get the funding. So it's not really about the company only, or being loyal to your art form. That is there, but it's the voices that propel you on. And it's also that's what makes people cry when they come and do it. Even if it's a comedy, you cry with the beauty of the voice and the excellence of the singing. You know, you are moved beyond words. And I think that's what makes opera different.